From just the words, we can see that in one case we are more concerned about the quantity, and in the other case we are more concerned about the quality. Pretty easy concept, right? Quantitative and qualitative research. Now let's just talk about both of them in a little more details with some example scenarios. First, quantitative research. These are the types of research where you are going to gather a large number of data in order to find something out. The term cause and effect relationship is used over here. Quantitative research often tries to figure out the relationship between two or more variables. To be more specific, it can be done to test a hypothesis. For example, you can try and make a survey about a professor. The professor probably teaches 200 students over the course of a week. You give out a questionnaire about how satisfied are the students with the professor. All of the students will receive this questionnaire. But here's the thing, you are not trying to check the ability of the teacher. You are trying to find out the difference between 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock lectures. Your hypothesis can be that the students prefer afternoon lectures more than early morning lectures. That is an example of quantitative research. The students will be asked some questions that will have options they can choose from. You can probably ask them about how they will rate the professor on a 1 to 5 scale. Then, after gathering the answers from everyone, you will have to do a statistical analysis to see whether the students in the afternoon class are happier than the students in the morning class. The result might be anything. The students in the morning might be happier because the professor gets slower after lunch. Might be the opposite, or it can be inconclusive. The students in both morning and afternoon classes might show similar results. And that is not the point I am trying to make here. The point here is, in a quantitative research, there will be a lot of participants, and you are mostly trying to find the relationship between two variables. And the questions asked to the participants are going to be somewhat close-ended. For example, multiple choice questions where they will have to choose one out of the given options. In the given example, I talked about rating on a 5-point scale. The questions can also be like, how many times did you go to the store to buy something this month? The answer will still be pretty close-ended. And now let's talk about qualitative research. The first things you will need to know about it is that there will not be as many participants like the quantitative research, and the questions asked to the participants are going to be open-ended. Meaning the participants can answer anything. This type of research will take more time per participant. Here you are not really trying to prove anything like quantitative research. Qualitative research is done in order to understand human behavior better. And in some cases, qualitative research is done before conducting a quantitative research in order to find hypotheses. In-depth one-on-one interviews or focus group panel interviews are examples of qualitative research. For example, you can gather 5 to 10 students for an interview and ask them what they think about their course load. Are they satisfied with the way the curriculum is being followed? Then ask follow-up questions to get to the bottom of the topic. What do they really think about the curriculum? That will be your qualitative research. Remember, you have a small number of participants, and in qualitative research, you are not really getting the concrete evidence about the variables you have at hand. Here, you are trying to understand and get some idea about what gets the students motivated the most and how they can get better prepped for their future, that is, after they graduate. Giving the students a degree is easy. Making sure they are prepared to face whatever it is thrown in front of them after graduation is not. Alright, that was qualitative and quantitative research. Let's talk about another example, a marketing example, because why not? You want to gather data on how many units of your product was sold in a specific area. You can buy that data from companies very easily. You can also buy the data on how many units of products of your competitors were sold in the market at the same time. Then you can do a little comparison between the data if you would like. That would be quantitative data on your hand. Now, you want to see how much money you have spent in that specific amount of time on advertisements in that area. Then you can find out the relationship between the sales of your product and the amount you have spent in that time. That would be quantitative research. You will see what amount of money spent has earned you how much. How would you design your advertisements? You want to find out the best advertisements that will attract your potential customers to buy from you. What you can do is you can design the ads in 3 different ways and gather a group of people to give their opinion about what they think about the design of your ads. Which design do they like the most, and if they would have any of them changed? You are trying to understand how your potential customers are likely to react to the ads. So that is a qualitative research on your part. Now a small summary of the differences. Quantitative and qualitative. In quantitative, you are trying to find the relationship between 2 variables with statistical data, and you will need a lot of participants in order to do that. For qualitative research, you are trying to understand the attitude and behavior of people towards something, and for that your data will not be statistical. It will be more verbal, and there will not be as many participants in the research. The end result you get in quantitative research is objective, meaning you have the data in your hand with which you can come to a conclusion about something. And for qualitative research, your end result is going to be still open-ended. You can form your theories after conducting your qualitative research. There can be cases where you conduct a qualitative research to form a hypothesis and then conduct a quantitative research to test that hypothesis. I hope you understand the differences between qualitative and quantitative research. If you have any questions, you can always comment below. I will try to answer your questions either in the comment section or in the community section. You can like, share, subscribe and everything else. You already know that. You can also support me on Patreon if you want to. Now, a small bonus. The bonus on my last video was about Nobel Prize winner in 1916 in the literature category. For this video, the Nobel Prize in every other category in 1916 did not go to anybody. Nobody won the Nobel Prize in physics, chemistry, medicine, and peace. And economics did not even start back then. The prize was only awarded in the literature category. That was not a good year, that 1916. And I will not elaborate on that. This is the bonus section after all. And this is the official end of this video. Thank you so much for watching if you are still watching. I really hope you have learned something new today. Also, do not forget to take care of yourself. If you are studying about qualitative and quantitative research, I believe you probably have some idea as to how to take care of yourself. And lastly, goodbye for now.